Well, it looks like the Natty King and friends are back at it again. Yeah, the whole gang is here. But I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. And the end is near, so let's drink beer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer podcast, sponsored by Premium Cabinets. Shout out to John Morgan and family over there. If you're looking to get any cabinet work done or kitchen remodeling, holler at them at 314-499-8800. Hey everybody, welcome back to the End is Near, Let's Drink Beer podcast. We got Jason LaCavali here,
There you go.
Tim Trifoletti, and
this fucking guy.
and we're gonna just talk about a whole bunch of shit like we always do. We're back in the studio this time. We haven't been in here in a couple weeks.
I missed it, man. It's like we were talking yesterday. I'm just fucking, look, I'm a pretty happy guy. Shit's going well. I got nothing to bitch about. I'm so goddamn bored.
Really?
I'm just fucking bored, man. And
Yeah, and last week we couldn't come in because of fucking blizzard.
Snow, yeah.
So we dropped
snow.
so a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people that watched last week's episode, and they're like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" Like, because it was a pre-recorded episode from months ago.
You should have created a buzz and been like, they're banning us already.
Already
We're gonna
fucking duped
come back.
and dumped.
Yeah.
People love that drama.
Yeah, but dude, thanks for coming in. Where do you live?
So I live in South County. You know where my little Cruisin Lindbergh is. I live 10 minutes from Ronnie's. You know, and that's my hood.
Nice.
And so I grew up in South County, and then I moved around. I was a real estate investor, so I live in my rehabs all over town. So I lived everywhere. But then I came right back to the house that I grew up in.
That's cool.
Oh, and I
That
love
is
it. I
cool.
got some of the same old neighbors, and like I'm used to everything in my neighborhood is the same. It feels so
Right.
good. I love it. You know, moving around was fun, but coming back home, wonderful.
Did you
Familiar,
buy the house
comfy.
back from like mom and dad?
Yeah, well,
Or
they
not?
had built a
So-
house out in Potosi, and they were going to retire, and I'm not even married.
Right.
I got no kids, and I got a big old house. What do I need this house for?
Yeah.
But I wanted to have kids. I knew I was going to get
Right.
married, so everything fell into place.
So you-
Now I got 4 kids, and the house is full.
You bought your parents' house that you grew up in from them?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking.
And I got a couple other friends like that, and you know, St. Louis people just don't leave, right? So
Right.
if you're from St. Louis, you stay in here.
What is that
And
all about?
I don't know. It's weird. I guess we're in the Midwest. We feel stuck. I don't know.
I mean,
Legit
the
stuff.
Cardinals and
Yeah,
the Blues.
yeah,
Everybody's like,
it's-
I can't leave.
That's our selling point.
and there's so many other better places to go. Florida,
Boise,
fucking Oklahoma City.
fucking Moscow.
Moscow.
You know, like not Mills, Moscow.
But but St. Louis is like kind of a really big small town, and it's got its own vibe. And like for me, I can't leave. I mean, I just can't.
yeah.
You know, like I
Right.
travel around. I love going different places, but I don't know. St. Louis is home, and I love it. So.
Right.
No, I
Like legally can't leave. Like there's
Oh well,
you got a
that's
travel ban. Like,
I
or-
plead the fifth.
That's my issue. Yeah, that's
travel
fucking
ban.
ankle bracelet starts going off. It's like, God damn it.
Hey, I'm Sicilian, so yeah, I know what are you gonna do.
Hey,
We
yeah.
all 3 of us got a little.
Hey.
But I don't know why I thought you grew up in North County.
Nope. So my aunt owns Nick and Elena's Pizzeria up by the airport. I don't know if you've ever been there, but like I know you're talking about pizza.
Mm-hmm.
We have to go there sometime. They
What
got
is
some
it
good
called?
pizza. Nick and Elena's Pizzeria.
Okay.
It's on
all right.
Woodson over by the airport.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
so I'm up north a lot. But I mean, my wife's from Florissant, but I'm a South County boy,
Right.
born and raised.
I don't know why.
And my dad's from Sicily. He came to America, came straight to St. Louis. Why that happened, I still don't know. Job, of course.
Does it seem like it would be really hard to get this far in? Like you
It
make
is
it.
weird.
New York,
Yeah,
of
when you
course,
hear
right?
People,
You would
yeah.
you'd think those fucking immigrants from the 1900s and shit would be. I don't know how old your dad is.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah,
get what
no.
I'm saying. You would think they would like hit the shore and be like, "This is home. We're here."
This is
Yeah,
it.
this is it.
Because you're
Landed,
heading,
dog.
you're
We're good.
heading probably New York. All right, there's some action here or whatnot.
Good to go.
Let me keep going, and what you get to St. Louis and go, this is it.
I
This
found
is
it.
what I've been looking
I
for.
found it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
The
you know
American
what, though?
dream.
That's
The
back
Dagos
before
took
you
the
didn't
hill.
need a bulletproof vest to fucking walk around.
Yeah,
downtown,
there's
you
a
know?
new fashion around
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
No, but the hill was kind of a decent neighborhood, but for poor people.
Right.
And the Italian people kept it close knit and stayed together and
Right.
maintained. So now a shithole shotgun 800 square foot house on the hills worth 185. I mean,
Right,
it's crazy,
right.
you know. And as a real estate guy, it's like
Yeah.
it's just amazing, and to have that culture still remain. Like all these
Right.
other big cities, they don't have the Italian district. We still do. So that's
Right.
another St. Louis thing. Like we're kind of a little old fashioned, a little slow.
That goes back to the point that you don't leave.
That's why I'm saying.
just
Right.
like
You're comfortable, and I don't know. I have all my friends are here and stuff. You know, I got friends in different. You need some of that that honey.
Oh yeah. Hey! Shout out to Fate Rooks.
I can't keep
That
it
Mexican
up.
honey,
The
baby.
microphone. Yeah, man. So that's tell me more about the Cruisin Lindbergh, because I joined. That's a Facebook group. I joined that group a couple of years ago. You started it when, and what's up with that? Tell me more about it.
So similarly to you, when the 1-9er broke out, and everybody's gonna die.
Yeah.
I was like, we got to go cruising one more time because, you could do birthday. Back then, you got to put yourself in that mindset. Everybody's going to die. We just got locked down. There's nothing to do.
Fucking buzzkill.
But I see all these people doing birthday parades. And so I call a bunch of buddies and we're just nothing to do. Create a Facebook group. I'm like, let's talk about cruising at least. And then 2 days later, I'm like, I got to make an event.
Right.
And so I threw an event out there and just said, let's go cruise up and down the street. You stay in your car, wave and roll the window down, listen to music like we used to before you die.
Yeah.
And get them garage queens out. Let's go have some fun. And so, I mean, the power of social media, similarly to your group, it's amazing how good things spread real quick. And people share and share and share. So I made this event and like thousands of people came. And it was wrong. I mean, people got out the car hugging. You're going to die. No mask.
It was wrong.
I wouldn't say it was wrong.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
it was beautiful. I'm saying it was like, this is it, maybe. And so everybody it was magical. It really was. And so you never come back to that euphoria feeling of that night.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it lit some up. I opened up Pandora's box, bro. I mean, and my life changed. I mean,
So you start.
I'm tapped back into my youth.
I hear that. I mean, so you started it to, I mean, basically just as a one thing event.
Well, I started just to talk about cruising because it was 10 years of my life. I cruised up and down the damn street
Just
like
up
an
and
idiot.
down the
And so did
fucking-
all my friends and spent all our money on cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's it's Americana thing too. Every town's got a place where the car people get together because
Yeah.
car people are car people. You know?
Ours used to be like Hall Street and shit. Remember?
Right.
all that
Yeah.
back in
Well,
the
so
day?
like up north, that's Hall Street.
Yeah,
But
that's
down
right.
south,
We're North
Coke
County.
Road, nice straight road right down the street from Lindbergh, and just
Yeah.
podcast. People know,
Yeah.
just like you don't run through Sunset Hills on Lindbergh going to Kirkwood because that's the gauntlet. I mean, the Sunset Hills police is right there. So Ronnie's is
Need
the
to write
place to
that
turn
down.
around. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you got the whole
So from
route.
Ronnie's down to where Lindbergh ends is a 3-mile stretch, and there's like 15 car dealerships and a bunch of like car modification companies and everything car.
Right.
And it's a nice, smooth, meandering drive, and it's a beautiful place to
Yeah.
cruise. I mean, like, who am I to be cruising Lindbergh? I'm just the guy steering the ship. This has been around since the 50s. You know what I mean? A tradition in St. Louis. And so I got North County people that used to come cruising. I mean, Festus Main Street, their town had their own little vibe. We'd go down there just to check it out. I'd go up to Chuckerberger because new cars, new people. Like, if you're in the car world, you travel. You go where the cool cars are and the cool people are. So,
Yeah.
but in my town, like I said, I lived 10 minutes from Ronnie's. And so that's where we were. And 10 years of my life, the 90s, was me cruising up and down the street every weekend. There was no Facebook. That was your Facebook.
That was it.
That was social media.
That's how you got together.
And if you ain't 21 going to the club, that's how you meet all the girls, find out where the party's at. Like, that's what Cruisin Lindbergh was. Cars were secondary.
So where's it start? Like where's the
So Ronnie's used to be a drive-in movie theater back in the 50s, right? Opened up as a drive-in. So it was natural to go watch a movie and afterwards go down to Steak and Shake or get a burger, right? And go hang out with your friends at the parking lot.
like
down
where's
the street.
in
Where's
Greece.
Ronnie's at?
Bro, you from St. Louis? I'm out here in the country.
I'm
you
in
out here in
fucking-
the,
I
I got
know
a
it.
red barn across the street. I'm like, where am I at?
Honest to
You know?
God, I know where it's at, but I'm going blank
For real?
on it. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
all right.
going blank on
All
it.
right. So Lindbergh Boulevard,
Right.
right? Like Highway 55 in Lindbergh. You familiar
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
oh, yeah.
intersection?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of like in the middle of this stretch I'm talking about.
Okay.
So from 55 in Lindbergh, you go one way, you get down to Lemay side. That's like the Melville
Right.
side. You go the other way, you get down to Sunset Hills.
Mm-hmm.
So Ronnie's is at like 21, like Baptist Church, I guess, in Lindbergh. So
Oh,
close
yeah,
to
okay.
21
Yeah,
in
I got
Lindbergh,
you.
you know?
You had them at Baptist Church.
I'm up
You're like,
there.
I know where that's
Yeah.
I know where they're all at.
But you know, and I was a broke ass kid. I didn't have no nice badass car. You know what I'm saying? My friends did. So I was a shotgun guy. You know what I'm saying? I had a nice car. But I'm saying my friends had way nicer cars than me.
Right.
And the cars that were out there were just like sexy and exciting and like, and the people I met through the car community were always such good people. And so I just was drawn to it in multiple ways. And I was more of a stereo guy causing all kinds of trouble. So
Bumping
now,
loud subs.
all them cats they're all older now. All the people who used to cruise, everybody old. Got mortgages and insurance and shit. Not as wild, you know.
Hey,
But we
not
still
that
got-
there's anything wrong with having a
No.
mortgage. Come
Well,
on.
no.
Call Tim Trifoletti, View Mortgage.
there you go.
Little plug.
Yeah.
Mortgage biz is kind of tough right now, bro. I don't know.
Oh, it's good.
Oh,
It's
really?
good.
Good
No,
for you.
it
All right,
is.
good,
It is,
good.
yeah.
I just, the market's slower. I know, we're all real estate people. And in my investment world, things are crazy. That's why I went into Airbnb. I feel like it's just a fun play. I got bored with it. I've been flipping property for 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
what else can I do? Just like Cruisin Lindbergh. I lose money in Cruisin Lindbergh, and I'm not here to make money. It's not a business, but it has to sustain itself. A lot of nonprofits I work with, I'm like, you're still a business. You still got to make money. You got to do good marketing. All those things matter. So the T-shirt is like, I sell T-shirts. That's
I
all
love
got,
that. Back to the Future.
Isn't that
fucking,
fun?
Yeah, dude.
I was worried about copyright shit, so that's why my main one is like the purple logo, because it's kind of this 90s throwback, but this is the one I love the best. It's fun. And
What's the cost on something like that? Like, how is that costing you money? Like, what's the output?
Well, so we did a car show at the mall, right? And so I have to raise sponsorship money to pay for everything, And it was $5,000 to rent the mall. A lot of people don't know that, and
God
like
damn.
I never really shared that because like I'm not here to cry about shit. Hey, it's cost of doing business, You know how it is. Like you spend a lot of money on marketing. I mean, like again, I don't do a lot of marketing, like paid ads and stuff. But you got to buy the banners and pay for the. And if you do a car show and it goes sideways, you're sitting on all that merch and all that food and all that drink. So there's a lot of risk. Luckily, last year I was 3 for 3. Great weather, beautiful time. And so we do a car show just to kind of get people out and have that vibe. But cruising on Lindbergh, like get out and the lawn folks are here.
Fucking lawnmower going off.
Yeah.
Pretty nice day. I guess it's a good day for that. I wonder how much it picks up on that.
Good
That'd be
sound
interesting.
effect.
It will. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah. Now we got sidetracked by the lawn man.
That's what we do on this podcast, though.
No, but getting back to the cruising thing. So this Facebook group, right? I mean, it's a beast. And I know the pain that you go through. You're on a 10X level from me. But I know what I got to go through with these. Babysitting, got to be dad. Somebody's got to be the bad guy. Fucking everybody crying when you raise money for every single thing. Yeah. I tell people, if I let you post every meme that tries to get posted, the whole thing would be memes. So I got to pick whichever one makes me laugh or whichever one of my admins or moderators. And we try to, you post YouTube videos, you're screwing up the algorithm. People
And
don't
you're
know
doing that all on your own, right?
Yeah,
You're
like I'm
playing-
a one-man
yeah.
operation, but I do have some moderators and admins, and God bless them. And I don't like to name them because I need that guy and that gal to. I'm a lover.
Right
I
now
say
they're
yes to
listening
everything.
to
I
this
don't care
going,
what-
no,
Yeah,
say
yeah.
my fucking name. Give me a shout out, goddammit.
Well, some people I don't know, but I rely on other people. I'm sure you do too. And then people change. I've had to change out who does admin and moderator, And I'm 49% gangster and 51% teddy bear. Do you know what I'm saying? So everybody sees teddy bear, and I try not to you want to say shit sometimes. I know you've deleted a lot of posts. So have I. And I want to say stuff. I got opinions,
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I got 4 kids, and my patience with my children. Let's me have patience with people,
It's
Thank the good Lord, because
Dude,
I got
it's-
a lot of things I want to say.
I feel you on every level. You're saying everything you're saying here,
I
man.
know you
Like,
do, bro. And you're 10X
No,
for
I
what I'm
wouldn't
dealing
say-
with.
I wouldn't say that.
At what point did you decide I can't fucking do this? I can't police this website anymore. I need to kind of delegate my shit a little bit.
I mean, I haven't.
I thought
mean,
your
you're still,
admins. I
it's
thought
all
your
on
I had
you.
moderators. I've had moderators.
Yeah, but you're the
since day one. But
you're the dad.
and
Final say.
I mean, well, that and also, anything that happens, people automatically assume it was me.
Right.
I get messages all the time. Why the fuck was my post deleted? I'm like, dude, I haven't been on Facebook in 6 hours. I have no
Right.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
And you're coming at me about it. You're mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
See what
the
happened?
fuck?
She said to my wife this,
And it's like,
then I was like, "No, fuck that. I'm
yeah.
not gonna like
It's
that."
a whole
and then
ass
you're like,
fucking Jerry Springer
God damn
episode.
it.
Not then I'm like, I just tell them both shut the fuck up.
Woo! Almost had
"Hey,
it.
it
usually-
worked for a minute."
I usually just block them on my personal page
Right.
and then remove them from the group just for even messaging me.
Yeah, man, you have to. 'Cause
Like, I got
otherwise, it's
peace-
going to drive
I
you
gotta
crazy,
keep
man.
Well, you got to give them that last shot.
Yeah,
right after
let
you
'em know
did.
what's
Let
up.
them read it, and then let them start responding,
Did
and then
you-
go click.
Well, I've been sending out that new. You seen the Squirt Russell meme
Yes.
with Kurt Russell
Oh, I thought you
with
were
his
just
legs
sending that
spread?
to me. I
Oh,
thought you
yeah?
were
And
just
he's-
sending that to me
it's a-
like as a buddy.
it's
You're
a-
sending that out to everybody. You fucking
to
whore.
people I want to. Yeah, it's a
Slut.
Yeah, I know.
it's a cartoon of Kurt Russell naked with a vagina, and he's squirting instead of and it says Squirt Russell, and it's just
Squirt Russell. It's
yeah.
memorable.
So I send that as
Here,
a final.
Here, I got the tattoo right here.
yeah.
That's my final
I'm into it.
before blocking nowadays.
Bye.
But yeah, no, I feel you on every level with that shit, man.
Well, I
My
mean, I
goodness.
love what you do. Like you got to put up with some bullshit, but you do a lot of good in the community,
Yeah.
And that's what it's
Well,
all about.
Well, honestly, dude, I it's not that difficult to do good when you have an audience of good people that are
Amen.
willing to step up.
Amen.
If that makes sense.
Because you can only you're one guy.
I just kind of pick the thing and say, here, guys, I make the post. And like the cards for Stella, I mean, 1,000 cards probably.
Man.
And they're still coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was after one post. It didn't take, I mean, I had to go pick it up and I had to deliver it and I had to go to the UPS store a couple times, which I guess that's tough. But dude, yeah,
but
they come
it's
together.
worth making
It's
a
not
little
as-
girl's
it's-
fucking
Oh,
year
for
just coming in
sure.
with all those.
Yeah. But a lot of times I'll just be like, okay, hey, this is a tragedy that's happening right now. Or this is somebody that needs help. And I will just make a post and I'll check back at it 2 hours later. And it's like, oh, $15,000 raised. And look at all these people that came together. And they're like, good job, Brandon. I'm like, no, dude, all I did was
That's
make the
community.
All I did was
Yeah.
make the fucking post.
And it's funny
Like-
when you bring up, everybody reaching out, hey, I've got a fundraiser for this, or I got, dude, I forget where we were at one day, and your phone just would not shut up, and you just look beat down, and
Always,
I'm just like, talk to me, buddy. What's going on, Goose? Talk to me. And you had just got done doing an event, and you're like, I'm just getting hit up with all these different requests, and I mean, some of them are like real world shit, other ones are like, my fucking girlfriends took my cat. I need a new cat. Help me raise money. And it's just like, so what do you fucking do?
How do you
the stress
choose?
level that goes into that, because I know you and I know how you are. And I would be the same way. You'd read every one of them and go, I got to fucking help. I got to help. I got to help. Now you're spending 37 hours a day trying to do this. And you got to pull the plug.
Yeah, man.
Well, you got to be very strategic about when you do certain things, because if you do them too often and you flood the pages in the groups with donation requests and this is what would, then it loses its entertainment and it loses its people
Impact.
don't check in as much.
Yeah. Turns
and they
into
don't
a GoFundMe talking board.
and people will unfollow and then you can't help fucking anybody.
Right.
So that's what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, dude, why'd you let that person post when their daughter was sick, but my house burnt down and I
Yeah.
can't, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
it
I
is
know.
what it fucking is.
Yeah,
like, I'm
I know.
sorry.
I know.
I don't know how to tell you, but if I just did this one and we just did that and then the next day we do it again, people are going to be like, all right, man, what the fuck?
Right.
They stick around for the entertainment. They come together when they can, but they stick around for the entertainment and the community around it.
That's
your
why I
group
choose
is
to
very-
not do anything for anybody.
Yeah, it's like if I don't do shit, I
Okay,
can't get in
yeah.
trouble.
Keep it
I can't
selfish.
annoy me.
Yeah.
No, but again, your community. I'm just saying during the 1-9er lockdown, I don't even say the word because I might get flagged. The 1-9er situation.
Yeah, you call it by what it is, and they'll put a fucking little banner at the bottom of where you can get
Man, you
vaccinated.
get-
Terrorist. Yeah,
Oh, man, fuck,
exactly.
we don't even-
Pfizer's like that's my
That's
chance.
our spot. That's our
We're gonna
chance.
change them. No, it's just it's a lot of responsibility. With a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility, and then you got to be the bad guy. I love everybody, and I want to help everybody, but I can't. I got business, I got kids, I got wife, I got to balance with my whole family and all my priorities. So I got this time that I can dedicate to this.
Right.
So for Cruisin Lindbergh, everybody's like, shit, Cruisin Lindbergh, let's go every weekend. I'm like, nah.
Not that easy.
But then it loses
County
its
Brownies
spark.
ain't gonna let that shit happen.
Yeah,
Trust
and
me.
and it loses its spark.
And then it's not special.
Right.
So we do 3 events a year: one spring, one summer, one fall. That's it.
Perfect.
And that way, I'm not taking from other people's events because and I'm not used to having haters. I love everybody, but then you get the haters, and bro, like these tough guy motorcycle bad boy racers. Again, with the post, I tried to post this thing, and last week you let this guy do this, and then my other friend said, "What?
It's like
You're
you're
like,
Bro, are we in
God
high
damn
school?
it,
You're a
you're
grown
What
up.
is happening?
You're not a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's crazy. And I get people get emotional and they want that attention. And like, I'm humble about it. I'm not trying to do it for that.
Right.
My son's 14. I want him to cruise on Lindbergh. That's it. Like I used to do. And I love it. And I think the people are wonderful. I think the tradition is worth keeping alive. And I'm just doing my best to like represent, like I make the little shirts, try to make it what's cool. What's people going to want to wear? What are they going to want to remember Cruisin Lindbergh as?
you make it a thing.
So,
You make it an
and we don't
event.
talk about all the parts. We talk about the good parts.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. So, what's the next one? What's the next event? You got one coming up in April.
Yeah, so April 27th, we're doing a car show. So we always do a cruise night from 6 to 9. I call it a community support event.
April 27th. Is that Saturday, Friday?
Yeah, Saturday, April 27th. So from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. between Ronnie's and where Lindbergh Boulevard ends, that 3-mile stretch is just, there'll be thousands of people having a great time. Beautiful cars, trucks, motorcycles, but the people. Like I love the cars, but the people.
Any Lincoln Aviators? Do you need one? Because I might know a guy.
You know a guy
I
getting
might
all
know a
cleaned
guy.
up
Yeah,
and
oh, yeah.
all right.
I'll bump
No,
the
but
shit out of that.
the first cruise I was it's a long story, but I was nervous. I'm in my minivan with my hat like this, like I'm ready to be in trouble because there's too many people.
Yeah.
And there's tons of police, the helicopters, the whole thing. Woo! I'm not used to that. I'm a hey, I'm a community guy. I'm not causing no ruckus. I'm not a bad boy. But man, the news did an interview with me, and it's amazing how a 10-minute interview, they take 5 seconds and tell their story, and it's like, whoa, that's not what happened.
And what was it that you were out there promoting?
Oh, I'm
fucking,
killing people. I mean, like I'm spreading COVID. I'm like murdering the society. I'm like, I told people to drive around and wave at each other.
You give them an interview
Listen,
and they turn around and do that.
The comments that no, so like they painted a picture like there was a party on the streets and all that. Like they made it look like it was this bad boy rebel thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I started a Facebook group like to talk about Cruisin Lindbergh. And I thought, hey, birthday, parades is easy. Wave and turn the radio up. We can at least do something.
That was hilarious when people were doing that.
Yeah.
Happy birthday! Don't can't see grandma.
We're doing the drive-by. I refuse to do them. I was like, absolutely not. I think
it changed my life. I think more people have trauma. You do a lot of wellness stuff, and I think we need mental health help post 1-9er because it changed a lot of people, and they don't realize it. Like I'm not the same social guy that I was. I'm working on. That's why I do all these things. Yeah. I used to be a hugger and a lover. You need to come out of your shell a little bit. I know I'm real conservative. No,
stop holding back.
I'm on a whole nother level now. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like I tapped in. I opened Pandora's box, and I'm talking about a lot of older dudes are like they're feeling young again.
Yeah,
that comes with some. There's a price to that. You still working with this thing. You need to like tighten that part. I think.
I fucking hate this microphone every time.
It sounds great though. Whoever's doing this audio, it sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to them here, but this fucking thing needs to be.
It's holding strong right now.
I think I'm gonna I've got the nerve. I'm gonna say something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell them.
There it is.
When they're watching this,
we got an issue.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm the captain of this ship now.
Hey, real quick, because I'll get off on a tangent. But April 27th,
yeah,
we cruise from 6 to 9, right, from Ronnie's down to where Lindbergh ends. But during the day, we have a car show at the Sunset Hill or the Route 66 Holiday Inn, where Twisted Tree's connected.
All right,
there.
I know exactly where
at Lindbergh and Watson. And we did it last year there. It was awesome. So we're raising money to replace a bunch of mattresses for the fire department. And it's a pretty hefty bill. So last year we were able to raise like $15,000, which, I mean, everybody's ability to raise money is different. We're just a little group and we're trying.
Man, so that's
what I'm saying is
awesome.
our goals are always get bigger, get better, do more,
Yeah, of course.
So we're hoping to reach those goals. And like the community support, that's the key. If you come out and drink a beer and eat some food, and that money goes to the nonprofit. Those profits go to raise the money to do the good. And a lot of people you can support by sharing the stuff. Like there's so many ways through social media. That's the power of social media. And with that power comes a lot of responsibility. So my friend Jason Gallahue and Lindsay Gallahue over at Fairway, love those guys.
Love them, absolutely.
And like John Morgan, who sponsors your
John
thing.
Morgan,
like,
Premium
I love
Cabinets.
Candace and
Premium
John,
Cabinets.
awesome. They do good business. Like Brad Evans with the floor. We're a lot of friends that do good business, especially the South County people. Not everybody does good business, so it takes time to like find out who's the right people.
Go back to you're raising money for the mattresses for the fire department.
Yeah, that's what our car shows. They won't buy
they don't have the money to get their own.
They have like 30-year-old mattresses that are terrible.
What?
This we found out. So Jason tells me,
you know what though, firemen, they get laid just by saying that they're firemen. So let them sleep on the fucking mattresses. I'm just kidding, guys.
Mattresses have seen some things.
Tell them that when they come in to fucking put the fire out on your house.
I like the firemen.
No, but it's hard to pick who to put your efforts and money toward. You know what I mean? Like you can't you're not Superman. Yeah. But if you can make a difference here, make a difference there, and like we did a big car show for the Lindbergh High School band. And again, I'm thinking, we're doing good, local school, 11. Lindbergh High School band don't need no money, and blah, 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 blah. We need your help. I'm like, dude, I'm not Superman.
Yeah.
And my kids are my priority. So like, as long as they're cool, I got time for anything else. If they're not cool, everything else shuts down. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, the cruising thing is like, I'm just glad to be part of it. A lot of people think, oh, you're the mayor of Lindbergh, and they think it's like an ego thing. I'm like, bro, I'm the humblest guy
Right.
And I'm not here to be cool. I'm here to keep the tradition alive. And when you have that motivation, you're going to win, no matter what.
We find out he's Sonny from a Bronx tale or whatnot. We go to one of these things, and what are all these
now
guys
you can't
going
leave.
up? He's like whispering in their ear and shit, not like making moves. People are just.
I'm the Godfather off in the corner.
Exactly.
Just everybody whispering in
Did I
my
just
ear.
see
No.
somebody kiss his ring? What the hell was that?
Best part of that movie. Now you can't leave.
You can't leave. What a great scene that is.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to do that one time.
Just one time. Well, you got this whole set out here. We were talking about some other opportunities.
It does. It feels like a porn set every time you walk in.
Oh,
it's
you
just
messing up. And you guys both wearing white today. I was like, oh, everybody's wearing black. I'm watching your podcast.
So,
I'm wearing black shirt.
So you know we never color coordinate. We just kind of
just winging it. All right,
yeah.
I thought maybe you guys were a gang. I'm not in the gang. I don't know.
We got to jump you in after
I'm
this.
going to take a drag of that. I'm not going to inhale this time.
Jesus.
God, I was
Do you
sick
want
the
one of
last
these?
time.
I don't want to smoke this in here. That's going to smell.
Oh.
I mean, this smells, but I don't. What's your
I
sitch?
don't think it matters at all. I think you're totally free
Can
to
we
do
do
that.
that?
But I'm on
Yeah.
a little detox.
I feel you. I'm a
Go ahead.
Well, I brought this too in case you want to. I don't know if this is your style or not.
Not on
but
that kind of detox.
That's
I
okay,
will
good. All
absolutely
right, all
take
right.
a shot of
I
that.
thought you were doing 75 hard again.
Yeah, I talked about it.
So you get you do like 3 hard, like 7 times a
I
month.
think if you add up
7.5
the amount
hard,
of
yeah,
time,
yeah.
you know, if I do it 25 more times, I make it about 3 days.
Then you're
I'm-
there.
Go,
Yeah,
there you
there's my
go.
75 right
I
there.
got the whole year to get my 75 in.
I just did 3 hard 75 times, or
25
do
times.
the math. Yeah,
Yeah.
25 times.
And that's the same thing.
But yeah, I'll take a little pull off this.
We just gotta try. I mean, you can just drink out the bottle. We're gangsters. But I'm saying, if you got cups, whatever. I like to have a good time, and good times look different ways. When I come to your events, I'm just saying, when I come to your events, and it's the beer family, you're gonna have a different kind of experience than if I'm
good
doing
tequila.
a fundraiser car show for the high school. Yeah,
Out there, beer boy.
but it's still fun, and I want everybody to have a good time. I'm committed to fun.
Yeah.
Whatever I do, I struggle at like the hospital and the funeral. Like I struggle. I can't.
It's
handle
tough
it.
to have a good time at a funeral.
Well, no,
It really is.
my good time vibes are not welcome there. And it's
Right.
hard for me to like just be down and like it's weird. So if it's a fun time, a good time, I'm in like Flynn. But man, when it gets and you deal with a lot of suffering and pain and you're trying to help people, man, it's hard for me to just deal with that, especially when it comes to kids. I'm a sucker for kids.
Yeah, that's our main cause that we try to, with the End is Near, so let's drink beers. We try to help children, ill children that are not in good situations.
Yeah.
That's kind of our main thing. So somebody will hit me up and be like, "Hey man, I need you to help me with this fucking house fire over here." And I'm like, "Dude, I feel bad for you. Are any children hurt?"
Mm-hmm.
No, man. We're just trying to. I'm like, you're about to get paid. One.
Yeah, it's
Right.
called insurance.
And everybody's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and help out this little girl with
Right,
leukemia
right.
instead. I hope you understand.
Mm-hmm.
And they fucking hate me for it, but whatever. Fuck them.
It's like the Save the Lambo fundraiser.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
well, you know what I'm saying?
I guess
Like,
I'll
what?
Uber to work, have fun helping the girl that needs a kidney.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to go
Yeah.
get some clothes. Buy them myself.
But when you choose the right one, look at the difference you make, right?
Right.
Like, oh man, that's the power that you have. And so everybody wants what you have. Everyone wants to leverage what you have.
Yeah.
And then you got to choose and you got to be the bad guy. At the car show, we give 30 trophies out of 400. 30 people love me. 370 people hate me. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Or are frustrated.
Yep.
And not everybody. I'm saying you can't, everybody's not going to like you.
And I try to fucking make certain, like, first of the month, anybody can post their GoFundMe.
I love
You can
that.
post your charities.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first of the month, go ahead. I mean, I'm sorry is that not enough? I'm sorry.
Right.
That's plenty.
And then it's
That's
like the 15th of the month is fucking
Small business.
Small business. And then it's like
Yeah.
whatever Wednesday. And it's like we got now hiring days and I post job threats. It's like, leave me alone, man.
Pretty soon it'll be penny picture night and shit. You know what
Fuck,
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying.
I gotta keep talking. And I know you hate when I look at my phone. I gotta give a
I don't-
shout out to the garage door guy
Yeah.
that I got on the website.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And
Hold on.
bro, I've reached out to people that have posted on your Facebook group that they have services, and I'm like, I need that service.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that costs you nothing, but then it also waters down the page. And the algorithm of the internet is a weird thing.
Yeah.
I'm no expert. I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
And it keeps changing.
Huh?
And I know that like this podcast, if your group is on Facebook and you want to get the podcast to them, but I watch podcasts through YouTube. So I got to know to go on YouTube and find,
This is the squirt.
Oh, nice.
Russell
That's
he was referring to.
Hey, show that to the
earlier.
camera, will you?
And
I want to.
thought-
Let me
and
see
we
that.
gotta
real
get
quick.
a close-up
Well,
on it.
hold on. I can't.
It
let them-
is
I don't want them to see
memorable.
any of our other texts. So let me.
Oh, not the other ones.
Yeah,
hold on.
exactly. Let me see here.
Squirt Russell's
Can you
fantastic.
imagine if our fucking tax ever went?
Did you
public?
try this, by the way?
It's literally
yet,
a
I
moving
will.
to Europe.
Did you like this tequila? Did you try it?
What's that?
Did you try a sip?
I did. That's yeah.
It's
good
good,
shit.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Take
it's-
one.
It's
I'm about to.
smooth. It's
Damn,
good.
peer pressure.
My buddy Paul Duffy, who owns Mike Duffy's. He's the local rep for this, and he brought this to my Mardi Gras party. And whew,
Shout out to Mike Duff.
oh man, what a great spot! I love those
Damn it,
guys.
what's this guy's name? All right.
Here's old Squirt Russell. I'm going to show it to the camera.
There you go. Get in there with it. They got to see. You got to get a little closer. There it is. Wait a minute.
Is it popping up?
Oh, it's disturbing on a lot of levels.
Is it showing up?
This will be the one episode my wife actually watches, and she just kind of
She's like,
let's go to the middle and see what they're
She's
talking
like,
about.
and
this
that's what you
Rand's
guys
going,
do on your.
Squirt Russell.
This is our therapy, okay?
It's that
our
meme where like you know what girls think we're talking about. It's
Yeah,
like boobs and pillow fights and sex and all that, and it's like what
Squirt
we're
Russell.
really doing. Yeah,
Squirt
they're
Russell.
talking about cars and Squirt Russell.
Which is, I mean, you
Yeah.
know?
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that one where they're laying in bed and there's like, I wonder if he's
Hey.
thinking about other women.
So listen, I forget her name. So you brought up the Festus like cruising thing. I didn't cruise. I knew about cruising. I didn't cruise,
Yeah.
right? I didn't have a car. I had a fucking 83 Buick Century T-Type.
right.
It was silver though.
Nice.
Leather interior. Yeah.
Silver
Could've been leather.
Fox.
But anyway, so I meet this chick at South County Mall one time.
Mm-hmm.
Banging. I'm probably
They're all
18.
banging in South.
I'm,
No,
I'm like 18. I'm like 18 or 19, but I'm in a different school district. So for me, I'm in Europe. You know what I mean? Like I'm in another country.
Yeah.
We end up going out. We go to like Applebee's or whatnot. You know, fine dining. I know.
Sure.
I know how to.
You know
treat a
how to
lady.
wine and dine them.
So she's like, "Do you want to go? Let's go back to my place." You know, she's still living at home. I'm like, all right. So we get on and we get into whatever the main strip in Festus is, right?
Main Street right there, yeah.
And we're driving. I'm like, what the fuck is with all this traffic? She's like, oh, the cruise is going on, you know? And I was like, what do you mean, the cruise? She goes, well, everybody's cruising right now. And I go, okay, so just driving. Okay, cool. And we're driving and we're going slow. And her first name was Crystal. And for the life of me, I cannot think of what her fucking last name was. Let's say it was McNamee. And we're driving and I hear at least 3 people going, Crystal McNamee, you fucking whore, you know, and I'm sitting there in my black Ford Tempo, just kind of sitting here acting like I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Did I just hear your name, you know? And she's just like
No.
looking at me like, oh yeah, don't listen to them. And I'm just like, oh, all right. So yeah, that's my only cruising experience.
Wonder where she's at now.
Yeah, I don't know.
God bless her.
She was a good girl.
Crystal McNamee.
She was a
Yeah.
character. That's
for
what I
her.
like to
But
say.
yeah, that was my one cruising.
I like it.
experience.
All right, all right.
Get me the fuck out of here.
But
Well-
dude, sorry, I was going to segue to that cave that what the fuck is going on
I
there?
bought a cave. Isn't
He
that
bought
crazy?
a cave, like an actual cave.
Well, it's actually a silica mine from the 1880s. And here's what's cool about, like, I love St. Louis. We could talk about that all day. But this mine, they mine the silica. These 2 crazy brothers, dynamite, blow a hole in the earth, get a bunch of silica. They sell it to Pittsburgh Glass, and Pittsburgh Glass made a lot of the glass in downtown St. Louis. Like, the
Pulling
St.
this
Louis
up.
was blowing up in the 1880s. So that connection to St. Louis is cool. So I'll give you the quick rundown because we can go down a rabbit hole. Basically, this mine sat for a long time. And then in the I think it was 49, this couple bought it and turned it into a roller skating rink. Okay. And so
That was my idea.
in the
Yeah.
50s, in Little Bitty Festus, you can imagine, you go roller skating in a cave. So it's a pretty legendary place.
Yeah.
They kind of transition over time into being more of a concert venue. So like Tina Turner played a concert
That
there.
would be cool.
Charlie Daniels Band, Ted Nugent, Bob Seger, like a lot of, and this
No
is
shit.
60s and 70s, Little Bitty Festus, got these artists that were, they probably weren't as big as we know them today, but they were still
Right.
pretty
That's
well-known
still
artists.
really cool, yeah.
And to play music in a cave is just, the whole thing is an experience, you know? So fast forward to, about 20 years ago, Curtis Sleeper bought this cave and built the house inside the cave. Bless his heart. He lived there for 20 years. That was his thing. And time came for him to move. And so now
He
the baton
actually
is
lived there.
for almost 20 years.
No shit.
Yeah, him and his whole family.
But it's not like it's
You
not
think
like
of cave, but
you're thinking of like a bear and
No,
a fucking
I'm
fire.
looking at it. I remember the guy that bought it. I remember.
I know, but people that aren't looking at it, they're thinking cave. They're thinking this is a fucking
like a bats and shit. And you just got a big open hole
this
in
is
the
Tom
wall.
Hanks and Castaway, chipping his tooth out with a roller skate. But no,
This ain't no Afghanistan cave.
it ain't like
People
that
just,
at all.
it's pretty luxurious. 3-bed, 2-bath, it's very nice. So, but it was on the U.S. registry as a nuclear fallout shelter, and there's still like the sign all the way in the back. So, like,
that's cool.
Look
you
at
know,
that.
and nowadays you got all these billionaires making bunkers all over the world and stuff, you know. So I just bought me a
little cave.
bunker, you know, disguised as an Airbnb.
So what's
So
the
that's
front?
what you're doing with it now.
Yeah.
Airbnb-ing
So
it out. Nice.
So the Sleeper family lived there for a long time and they loved it. And now that it's mine, if I could move there, if my wife would let me, I'd be living over there. I would love to live there.
So it's like a front door. I mean, you walk
Yeah,
in.
so he built a wall where the cave opening is,
Right.
one wall, and then a 2-tiered deck, and built it out, bathroom and bedrooms and everything. It's wild, bro.
And is it like the ceiling is like rock and shit?
Yes. It's just it's a big hole in the earth. And then this, like I said, the engineering that went into building a house in a cave, you can imagine.
Yeah.
And just what it is today and the history of it. And again, you don't even know, you're in the middle of a neighborhood. You don't even know you're there until you come around the corner, and then it's just
Right.
I feel like a kid. I can't believe I'm here. Like I've been talking to the owner for 7 years. Just, hey, when you're ready, you know, I'd love to be a buyer.
Jumped right on it.
He's kind of he tried to auction a couple times, and he knows what it's worth in his head.
Right.
And you know, nobody was willing to pay. So we met in the middle. You know how it goes with negotiation. And I'm just grateful to be like, I bought a lot of properties, but this is a cave, bro. I never bought a cave. A lot of cave problems, new things, cave problems.
That is badass, isn't it?
So you use it. You're going to use it for events,
So-
Airbnb.
Well, so I own a place called Graffiti Loft in Soulard. So it's an Airbnb, and then I let you do a private house party for your group. So like birthday party, bachelor party, stuff like that. It's not an open public venue. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't, and the thing is, you can't do business there. So if you bring a 6-pack to Airbnb and have a little party with your friends, you can do that. You know, so because right now it's zoned residential, and I want to be a good steward of the property. If over time I prove myself and the city has an appetite for it, I mean, bro, I'd love to be concert venue and weddings and do cool
Right.
shit. It's a great, it's a cool place that I'm willing to make the play whichever way is the best. So for
I
right
immediately thought rave.
now, well, Raven
Well,
the
yeah.
Cave, of course, right? And
he's got the fucking name ready to
And
go.
God
Maybe-
damn it, let's go.
and okay, what I'm saying is right now that ain't happening.
Right,
You know,
right.
and there's
As far
a
as
Crystal.
he knows.
Are you familiar with the Crystal City Underground? Like that Crystal City Underground is 5 minutes from my cave. There's a lot of caves. You'd be surprised. I learned.
Yeah.
Crystal City Underground.
Yeah, and they
That's a
have like
place or that
audit.
it's a group
Audit.
that I don't want to
Sounds like a,
step across.
Yeah, like you gotta drink the Kool-Aid.
Right.
that's
So-
awesome.
So again, the fact that it's 5 minutes off the highway too. So I live in South County. I'm 22 minutes from the cave. So like you're 30 minutes from downtown. So you think cave, you're in the middle of nowhere. No,
Yeah.
you just pop in for the weekend or whatever. I got my shit going off.
you're
I should
good.
turn it off.
So we could foreseeably rent it out. It's an Airbnb.
Mhm.
You said you can have kind of like business meetings there and shit like that.
Well, that's what I'm
or,
saying. So like if I'm having
creative brainstorming
yeah,
sessions.
so you're renting my space. If you
raves.
rent the VFW hall or the church basement, you just do whatever you're doing there in
Right,
their
right.
facility. You know,
Right.
if you're at your house and you have a barbecue in the backyard with some friends, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like but a person can't, like a promoter can't just throw a concert and have an event, sell tickets. Like you can't do business there.
Got
You're just
you.
renting my house and doing a little house party if you want to. Very strict on rules. Like it ain't gonna be just because it's a cave, it's a house. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I got to redefine it. And,
Or are
and
you raising a barn? That's
I'm
a
not
fucking
open yet.
cave.
I know, right? I'm a caveman now. I mean, and the cave stuff is weird. It's it's high humidity. The weather state. My fat ass in the summertime walked in like hallelujah. It's 65 when it's 110 outside.
Really?
That was a beautiful thing.
I bet that is nice.
And then when it's -5, it's still 65.
Yeah.
So like, and there's no HVAC.
It just
There
stays.
is
and that
no
happens to
HVAC.
be the perfect temperature, in my opinion.
I-
65 is
well,
perfect.
Some of the ladies don't like it. Wear a coat. There's a cave. Come on, now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's cave life. So I'm excited about this.
This
And
fucking
again,
guy with all the cave.
Cave life, exactly.
cave slur.
Rave in a cave, yeah.
but one day, if you want to have a little, and again,
That's what I was thinking.
This is less than 100 people kind of party, just so you know. Even though it's a huge place, there's only so much parking.
many
I want to be.
bedrooms?
There's 3 bedrooms and
Okay.
2 bathrooms.
Gotcha.
What about out front?
I mean, there's almost 3 acres total of property. So there's
So
nice-
my thought is like huge. First of all, huge shout out to our Jefferson County followers and people and group members out there because I fucking love them. They're
yeah,
some
man,
of my favorites.
good time people for sure.
I love it in Jefferson
Yeah,
County.
man.
So we need to do an event out there. I would love to. So yours is 100 people max.
Mhm. Well, it's 65 really, but I'm saying
But
like
that's
eventually
inside.
I think we'll.
Is that inside though, right?
Yes, technically.
Or can they? outside too. We like the outdoor parties.
I'm still
and
working
shit.
with the city because there's a lot of room to do a camping thing. But I want to, again, I don't want to,
Yeah,
I don't want
that
to
would
make
be a
anybody
nice
mad. I
As
don't
soon
want
as you
to,
get it.
and maybe a special use permit. Like you just got to, I'm learning and
Yeah,
I'm new there. Like I'm a
Right.
South County guy and I actually own the Jefferson County Real Estate Investors Club. So like for years we had meetings and did a lot of stuff together. And then COVID or one-liner happened.
Right.
And I just had to,
Edit.
I mean, I'm like, yeah, exactly. I had to reprioritize things. So again, this opportunity with the cave is something I've been thinking about for a long time, and it just finally came. The timing was right.
Yeah.
And like what it's going to be in the future, I hope is going to be like a destination, like putting Festus on the map. It's that cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I got to open up slowly, and I got to be careful of what I allow there because
Right.
you
Yeah,
think cave and you
You
think
think you'll
wild.
get like local pushback, like from the neighbors?
Well, there's
and-
always a Karen around the corner. I shouldn't say that, but there's always somebody who's like, nah, you ain't doing that,
Right.
and they cause more problem than anything else.
Yeah.
And then you got to be safe fire codes, and you got to be again. There's a lot of
No pet bears.
no pet bears.
Yeah.
That's definitely a rule. But then like climbing the rocks and shit, like you can't do that stuff.
Yeah.
And so
That'd be my dumb. That'd be me.
Oh,
What I tell my
100%.
friends
You
is-
first day.
Yeah.
first
my
day.
graffiti loft. I own this graffiti loft place. I cannot afford my own place. I make my money on Friday and Saturdays.
Mhm.
So when I want to have a party, I get 2 parties a year. That's it. It's got to make money for me.
Yeah.
And when my friends want to rent it out, they ain't like coming to my house and having a party in my basement. This is my place of business. You know what I mean? And I got to feed my kids. So finding that balance is tough. I try to throw parties when I can, like Mardi Gras. Man, I have to do my own party. Mardi Gras is too crazy out there.
God damn it! I wish we would have met 3 weeks ago.
I'm saying,
Yeah, it
bro, you
sounds
could have
like,
got, oh, man.
From what you
we
filled
had a
me
good
in,
time.
I'm like,
Oh,
all right,
man.
put me on the list next year.
Tim called me from the Uber on his way home. It was great. You looked like the Unabomber.
I felt like the
You had
Unabomber.
the hoodie up, the
Wait,
sunglasses
did
on.
that come out weird? I didn't feel like the Unabomber. Yeah, but yeah,
that's
I was.
that's yeah.
Yeah, I had you to watch. You put a tracker on me. You're like,
I think I
hey,
still got you.
Hey,
I
you're
think-
almost home, and I'll show
talked
you the
through
video.
it. I
Yeah.
talked you through it.
I was having a rough time.
Yeah, I was
like,
there.
hey man, this guy. I think this guy's like a Serbian refugee. He's looking at me funny. He's talking. Yeah,
He legit had me like track his location in case he went missing.
yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
I think you were just tripping.
See, like for me,
Luckily, it was only a 50-minute Uber ride, so
yeah,
we had
no
some
big
good
deal.
times.
Yeah,
we had some
you
good
got to know
times.
each other.
He turned out to be, and we'll tell you the story afterwards. But he turned out to be
I'll show
a,
you the video.
turned out to be a
It's
pretty
hilarious.
fucking cool.
Oh,
Uber
really?
driver.
Oh, yeah.
Good,
It's
good.
hilarious.
I like that. All
A
right.
cliffhanger for the listeners. Man, that's cool shit though. That's cool.
So yeah, I think soon we'll put something together at the cave.
yeah.
We'll just
And
plant
even
that seed
and
with
if,
people.
and if
you
it's
know?
if it's 100-person thing, that's cool too. We can just make it a small event.
There you go.
I want to go
Take it
check it
home.
out. Like,
That's what
when
I'm
are
saying.
you?
Yeah.
I don't want to just, hey man,
I'm out
it's
there all the
Wednesday,
time. I'm
bored.
saying if you from here, if you live out here, it's a little bit of a drive. But I'm saying we'll make arrangements. You just come check out the place. You'll love
Right.
it. I just did a little
I'm
party
out.
last weekend for just my own people, my friends coming over, hanging out, drinking some beer, hanging out, smoking.
in the man cave.
Yeah.
In the real man cave. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm out that way all the time.
So it's called
Cassie's,
Cave Land, right? That was the original name
Okay.
from the 50s, what they called the roller skating rink. So to play, to show honor to the name, I'm
Kept
just
it.
keeping the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, I don't want to pigeonhole. It's not a venue, you know what I mean? But that's what it was called, and that's what everybody knows it as. And I'm just excited about the future. My kids love to go there, and I'm a big kid. I feel like a kid. We have so much fun there. We're only getting started. So
Yeah, dude. That sounds like a really cool. And congrats on that, making that, happen and all that shit. I know
It's
that's
hard.
a dream of yours. You said.
oh
so.
man, and trust me, I've been through some things to
And
get
that's
there.
a off the cuff, just kind of. Honey, how do you run
girl,
that one
my
by?
wife,
Hey,
my wife.
how was your day? Bought a cave. Oh, you're always fucking around. No, legit.
Well, it's
I
funny
bought
'cause
a goddamn cave with a house.
It's
in
been
it.
a family joke for like 5 years because I don't stop talking about it.
Right.
See, I put it out there in the world that it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen.
When did you
but I was-
buy it? Like
3
how
months
long
ago, 4 months ago.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
Always.
You just
Can't
messing
wear
up.
white.
That's a fucking second.
A, you're unholy. B,
You don't even
you're
have no
gonna do that
ashtray.
shit.
What you doing? You just dashing
I'll
right
put
there.
it on my my.
The bag.
The bag.
All right, that's good. That's cool.
I'm winging it here.
So, did you try this? No.
Yeah, it tastes like water.
It's so smooth.
Is there? Are you
isn't
sure
it?
there's
good.
alcohol in it?
Yeah, it is good.
I mean, I don't.
And I'm not a tequila guy normally, but
We should go, or I will go check that place out, and it sounds like just like a fun,
let's make a date.
just
No,
to go
it's-
with the family and let's
And
get
that's
the
what-
fuck out of the house.
And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have. It's not meant for like. I will do parties and events, but you just stay the night at this cave.
Right.
It's an experience.
Fuck.
Like it's fun.
No HVAC. It just
We got
naturally
DHUs.
stays.
Yeah, but it naturally stays. You inside of Mother Earth, And again,
Does the sound echo off the walls a lot?
Yeah, well, there's a
All
lot
right,
of reverb. So,
you
so
gotta-
but check
never
this
mind.
out.
Fucking
you got-
forget
God
it.
damn it.
Why?
Never
What do you
mind.
mean?
I have no idea.
Oh,
It's just,
I was gonna say if you
just brought up the
you
most
know,
minute.
if you're singing with the
inconvenience.
acoustic guitar, you could fill the room without trying. That part's cool.
Wasn't
If
thinking
you got
about
too many
singing.
instruments too loud,
I was thinking
it
about
gets crazy,
playing
you know?
Caveman and Jane.
That's Tarzan.
No, I
or
need
whatever. Yeah,
I
well,
need
he
a
was
caveman
caveman.
costume contest. That's coming up soon. I
Okay.
think that's going to be a lot of fun. You know, so
Let me know whenever you're doing some of these things because I'd love to. Come
I
down
will.
check
And
it
you know,
out.
like we don't know each other that well,
Collaborate.
but through Facebook, like even just watching you guys, I'm like, oh, these are my kind of
Yeah.
guys. We're like brothers from another mother.
I
Yeah,
feel like,
no.
I feel like
Yeah.
my friends suck right now. Like I need more like diverse friends.
Exactly.
Will you be my buddy?
I strive to be like.
No answer. Wow.
No,
just
no,
went-
hey, hey.
Whoa, that
What
one's
I'm saying
stung.
is I like to be everybody's friend, but I can't be
Completely
everybody's friend.
He's like, yeah, keep going.
Then he goes in. I can't be everybody's friend.
No. Listen,
I get it. I
listen.
wouldn't either.
No, listen. What I'm saying is, I can't commit to too much,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just glad to be here right now because again, I don't know. You're just starting this podcast, but I foresee a lot of great conversations, and I know the kind of people that you are, and I'm getting to know you, and I just love what you guys are doing. So I'm glad to be here today.
Dude, we're really good.
and we're
So,
friends now.
We're friends now.
We're friends now.
it
And
out. Come on.
and all right, baby.
Get in here.
Oh, and a paisan. I love it. I love it. All right.
Get in the
oh,
game,
ass
baby.
slap.
Get in
Now
the
we're
game,
really
baby.
friends.
Make me feel like I just took one of them honey things. Watching that hug.
Getting excited.
I'm
And
gonna
a
give you
little
one.
tent
I'm
pole.
gonna give you one.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, dude. Thank
That's
you.
fun,
no,
man.
man,
It's
for real
fun.
though. And no, I like what you're doing. I love what you're doing too. And I think we have a great opportunity to collaborate. Like when we did the
did that car
the car
show.
show.
Yeah, man.
And all I did was tell you about it. I'm like, yo, dude, you know, I was kind of nervous. I'd never done one before. And you showed up, like brought a crew of people. Jason and Lindsay actually won first place.
Yeah.
Lindsay, right?
Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, it was like you really just came through, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Well,
like
I,
that kind of
saw what you were
collaboration.
doing. I'm like, hey, that's an opportunity for me to help.
And we raised like $20,000
Yeah,
for that
that's
little
awesome.
family. The
Man,
Gricos.
when I met that
Shout out
family,
to
I
them.
mean, it was like tears, bro. I
Yeah.
can't, you know.
Well, you helped with that a lot, so
Well, I
thank
just-
you.
Whatever I could do. That's
Yeah.
what I try.
Right.
You know, I'm not Superman, but I do what I can.
Well, I
and that's
appreciate
why, you know, again, this year's going to be a lot of opportunity. This car show, what I'm saying is, if nothing else, you need to bring your car up to Lindbergh and just try it one time.
April 27th,
April
6
27th.
o'clock, Ronnie's.
From 6 to 9, anywhere up and down Lindbergh, between Ronnie's and where Lindbergh Boulevard ends, down by Hooters and Home Depot and stuff. I shouldn't have said that. But over there, you just turn around and then you just drive up and down. There'll be people everywhere and the most beautiful cars and great people having a blast. And we're like, you know, with the dog and grandpa and kids and like it's family friendly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bad boy car guys who I encourage between 6 and 9 to just be really nice and behave and show off that beautiful car.
Right.
And then after 9, go somewhere else and do whatever you want to do.
What do
Yeah,
they? What do they?
But be good.
Do
you
they
know.
like talk shit to each other?
Oh,
like fuck
bro.
your 68. You know,
No,
I got a
bro.
67.
It's
like, what-
it's a competition always, you know, and it's weird. Like again, if you're a Mustang guy, you do have to hate the Camaro guy. It's like, really? So I drive a 1970 Cadillac because you can't hate me. Everybody loves that
You
car.
gotta
That's
see
fun.
this fucking thing.
I got a Boss Hog Cadillac with the horns on the front and everything. I
Yeah.
love that car, bro.
When you showed up with that big ass hat.
I got a picture of you with the hat on. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Do you ever
yeah,
say
yeah.
yeah? I like to have fun, and I'm the guy that's putting the hat on the kid and get a picture of the kid because I know
Right.
he's having fun. And then my friend with the fancy car lets a kid get in the car, and like when I
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
kid,
yeah,
like
yeah.
oh, that was like I don't remember having many of those experiences. That's very memorable. I never sat in a Lambo or Ferrari or whatever. And those
Right.
are kids that love that stuff, you know, or even the old like 1970s shaggin' wagon vans and shit.
Mhm.
You know, like they love that.
I was actually
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
conceived in the back of one of those.
Nice. All right. You know
That's
how many?
your ride? Holy
Isn't that
shit,
cool?
that is awesome.
It's legit straight out of the
It's a
movie.
1970
Or out of the
triple
show,
white
yeah.
convertible
God
Cadillac
damn.
Coupe de Ville.
Yeah.
And the horns on the front came from a property I flipped in DeSoto, and it was sitting above the man door in the garage. And I remember taking it down. I put it in the attic in my garage. This was 7 years ago.
Mhm.
And I bought this car, and he came with like these little horns, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I had to do paint job. You know, it was a money pit always, but it looks pretty good, and we're getting there. But the horns were lacking. Can't have these little baby horns.
No,
And
you
all of a
Fuck
sudden, it
that.
hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. That fucking house, I have horns sitting in the rafters of my attic. My little brother jumped up there, looked around a little bit, found them. I put magnets on it. Bloop. So I could be cocaine Cadillac without the horns, or I could be the Boss Hog.
God, that's fantastic. Look at that thing.
And that thing floats down the road like you're on a cloud.
How often do you drive that?
You know, less than I wish I would, but So I got 4 kids. So they'll jump in with my wife. All 6 of us can get in that car and go get a snow cone on a Sunday afternoon. And that's what I love. Like, I would love a Nova or a Chevelle or like a muscle car.
Yeah, my Corvette.
I would be scared to have my kids in the car. With this thing, we just float down the road and hang out together.
Yeah.
I have so much fun.
And you probably get more attention on that than
this car. I'll pull up. It doesn't matter the car. It's iconic, but it's also a land yacht.
Right.
So it's like
It's
you know.
I
I just bought those horns, and my buddy's busting my balls. Like, how do you not have the Dixie horn thing? I'm like, fuck, you're right. I just bought them this year. You know.
You did get that put in?
I haven't put it. I just bought it, and I got a guy who's going to help me with some other electrical stuff. These cars, again, I don't know how much you're into cars, but I got several different cars, but this is the car. And I've been waiting a long time. My dad had a 69 Cadillac when I was a kid, you know, Dago style. That's what you do. Got to drive a Cadillac. My uncle couldn't buy another Cadillac, so my dad had to buy it. And it was a boat. And I just remember it being like all my friends, 18 people piling that car, you know? It was the Godfather car. And so
had the carpet ceiling.
Yeah, it was
cigarette burns.
Seven cigarette ashtrays. You know what I mean? It's just a different world, you know? And so this car came along. I bought that car on Father's Day. Like, I literally drove to Illinois where the cat was. On Father's Day morning, I told my wife, I'm going to be right back. I might be buying myself a Father's Day gift. And she loves me. She loves me so much.
You guys
Whenever you say I'm going to leave, I'm going to go buy some, she's like, fuck it.
She's an angel, bro.
She sounds supportive.
It's been that car, then he buys a cave.
No, shout out to my wife. See, shout out to my wife. What's
you
up,
come
baby?
walking in with a giraffe. She's like, it's a Jason move.
And even my kids are like, Dad, what the hell? I'm like, they just know to expect crazy from me. You know?
I love that though, man. Like me and you, we've hung out a couple times and shit. Never got really a chance to like actually sit down and talk real deep and shit. Like we've met out several places and it's always around a bunch of fucking people. And we've talked on the internet here and there. But no, dude, you have your passions and you seem to just actually like really be loving life, and I love that for you.
Thanks,
and
man.
about
I appreciate that.
You put off a really good energy. Dude.
Oh, thank you. I feel
not to sound like I'm lighting the loafers here.
In the world we're in now, to just come across a genuine, happy person, nothing to bitch about, nothing. You know what? It feels like whatever's thrown at you, you kind of like spin the positive. I try to do the same thing, and it's like
Matrix style.
You don't seem that. You don't seem like the type where your online persona and who you are outside of, fucking Facebook or Instagram or whatever, are two totally different people. And
I'm real.
I feel
just
like
me.
that's the world now. Is you got the online brand, and then you got the real thing.
Right.
You do. You seem like a genuine, really nice dude.
You guys come through. I'm listening to your podcast, just so you know, and I know you were like maybe thinking you don't sound good. I'm probably gonna hate the way I sound, right? Yeah. But you're fun, and you're genuine. And dude, humble and genuine is a hard thing to find nowadays. People get egos when they start getting attention. And like you're a humble dude, and you still stay focused on doing good when you could be doing good for you. And like it's a sacrificial thing, but at the same time, what else are you gonna do with your time? Like you have money and you have time. Those two resources got to go to something, and that's where like my Cadillac, I got 4 kids, and can I afford it? How do you define what you can afford?
Right.
Like when you're buying a house, you know what they can afford.
Right.
But you make decisions on where you spend your money. And, I got a car problem. I got a lot of fellow people with a car problem.
There's worse things out there.
Exactly. I'm not a gambler. I don't do a lot of drugs, just a little bit.
Well,
I don't do a lot of drugs.
Not a lot of them.
Not really that into kidnapping.
No, I love cannabis, and I used to drink a lot more before the 1-9er. I mean, like that was my go-to drug. But then I found cannabis, and bro, I can't. I'd love to drink beer, but I would choose cannabis over alcohol every day.
I'm still trying to get into that, man. I don't know what it is. Like you
did the other day.
The other day
we
I
were
called
talking.
You,
I was so proud of you.
But now look at this. If this is a $100 bill pre-roll and a blueberry one, right? Now, this is gonna be delicious. If you're gonna try it, that's what you need to try.
Well,
that comes. My friend shared that with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful.
I found out that I don't like the head high. I like the body high.
Okay.
Type. So I think that's more indica.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Right? And
I'm
trying to try edibles. So like edibles
no, those
for
freak me the fuck out.
All right.
You hear them
like
stories.
Those
You hear them
right.
stories.
Yeah.
And an hour later, it hits you. Like it doesn't work, and maybe you take a little more, and then fucking next thing you know, you're.
I know people
vacuuming the
that's
grass.
all they do are the edibles, and they seem to love it. What I don't like about it is like if I take like 2 or 3 hits and I get that cough, you can gauge it. I know where it's at. It's like with drinking. You take that drink, you're like, all right, I'm good for about a half an hour. You can eat a gummy and go, it's been a half. And I've had this happen before. You eat it, nothing.
Don't feel
Let
nothing.
me try another one.
Yeah, just
and
one
then
more.
By the time you finish that first one or the second one, that first one just comes up, and then you're like, fuck.
Now
I
you're
got
couch
another one
locked the
coming
rest of the
right
night. Yeah,
behind it.
dude.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I do like the indicas, but the sativas and hybrids, I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a bitch.
Are you able to function on it? If you
Yeah,
get high,
so,
can
like-
you have a conversation?
Well, what I'll tell you is like, and I
Like a real
a lot
one?
of contract stuff. I got tenants. I got I'm dealing with. I got 15 Airbnbs. So like, just a lot of stuff. And so during the day, I got to deal with stuff. Right. I'm a smoke at night. Like kids go to bed at 9. My wife and I have a little.
It's
smoke.
your glass
It's
of
like,
wine.
Exactly.
Right.
Now I got friends that smoke all day, every day.
don't know how they
when
do
I get
it.
around those guys, like today, like I could smoke this today and I'm cool. But if I smoke both of these today, and then the rest of the day is
You're
just party
done.
time.
You're done, yeah.
I'm just relaxed, having a good time. I got friends that wake up and just start smoking, and I can't keep up with them. You know what I mean? Or the edibles. I got
Right.
people who eat 3 gummies a day, like throughout the day.
fucking
Good for
wild,
them.
dude.
I mean,
Nice.
again, like everybody's different. Just like drinking.
Yeah.
I only need 2 or 3 beers. I'm good.
Right.
Really?
But I could drink 12. I mean, I could do it. After I'm like a rhino. You can't put me down. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the weed is similar for me in that I could smoke all day and I'll only get so high. So I can
Right.
still function, but I'm not worthless, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to be good for doing what I need to do.
Productive as you
Yeah,
can be.
Just like at the bar. If you go to the bar and have a few drinks, you shouldn't go back to work, or you're not in the capacity to work.
right.
Some people go to lunch and drink
I don't know
in the
how-
morning and drink. Bro, I don't
That's
know.
crazy to me. I don't know how they
How's
do
your
it.
liver even handle that?
I don't
So-
understand the people that can go to work, what's that? Go to lunch, have 6 beers, 2 shots, and then go back to work.
Yeah, and still function.
And just be
It's
like,
like
"Yeah, I'm
a
at work
real
now."
estate agent back in 1985. You know, they have like a 5 martini lunch and they're smoking
Smoking it.
cigarettes
Yeah,
out
yeah,
in the
yeah.
parking lot. Fucking
go right
in
back
an
to the
unhappy
office.
marriage. You know, yeah.
Fucking wild to me. And then they go back to the work, and you're coming down for the next 4 hours. You're hung over by dinner time. Like, I don't know. It sounds horrible.
No, man.
I don't
And
know
I
how they
love
do
to
it.
drink when it's the right environment.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best. I mean,
Right.
Again, smoking is great, but having a drink when you need a drink and the camaraderie that happens from it. Oh, that's the best part.
Yeah.
It's there's degenerate alcoholics also. And it's a fine line.
Yeah.
And same way with the cannabis. Again, if you moderate, just like we were talking about the shroomies, if you have a little bit, it's a wonderful thing. But if you do it every day and then you can't function, you're no
Right.
longer the same guy. So
Yeah.
mental health issues, I'm telling you, it's like I for me, this helps me tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
This don't help me. This makes me feel good and I have a good time. This like makes me a better person. I'm a better dad. I'm a better husband.
The weed,
I
the
mean, I'm more
cannabis.
relaxed. I handle life better.
Right.
It's awesome.
Oh,
How did that fall? Because you weren't
I wasn't. And COVID happened, and so I had a bunch of
1-9er.
19.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
1-9.
right. The 1-9. So I was stressed because I had a bunch of Airbnbs and everything is shut down, probably in 20 grand a month. And again, it's complicated, but it was a very bad time.
Right.
And I was stressing and I was drinking more. And not that I drink a lot, but I noticed it.
Yeah.
So my friend gave me a cart because I got kids. I can't smoke flower. It stinks, But he gave me this cart. And bro, I slept like a baby for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay. Because I'd always been a casual
consecutively. He was
casual smoker every once in a while, but
We're
never like,
nudging him. Yeah, he's so
I
breathing.
never
With a
did it
stick.
to, I mean, I slept like a baby. And when you're stressed and, when you
Right.
can't find, can't find the right thing and then you find something that works, you're like, this cannot be bad.
Yeah.
And that sent me on a whole, I don't go into, I was helping people get their medical cards.
Oh, you were like,
I had-
this is the fucking.
People were growing out of my real estate because you can grow in Missouri. And like, I was in it.
That's cool.
Because, I'm bleeding out. I got to do something to make
I
it.
feel
So
like during COVID, is that when it became legalized?
Yes.
here
Well, I don't-
during-
it was like a
I
year and a
wanna
half
say-
ago,
was it
2 years ago.
yeah,
before,
it was after.
It was after.
Yeah.
It was like
Okay.
22 or something, right?
Yeah, but it was right after. So
Has
like
it only been since 22?
2 years maybe,
Huh.
if that.
maybe. Now that you say that, that's a
I
good
would
question
just get mine
because
from like elementary.
I think it was on the
kids.
22 bout.
Yeah,
The
you
good
know?
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I think it might have been January last year is when it became legal, right?
that-
January 1st or something. Wasn't it on the midterms are like every
I
22,
feel like
right?
It's been longer, but
well, I
in
think
any
they
event,
passed it a
yeah.
while ago, but then I don't know when it was like
Proposition
in place.
something.
Because I never tried it before it became legal.
Right,
So
I
I was
wouldn't
always
touch it.
really
Anything
curious
about it.
on
Yeah,
what it was
yeah.
like, and it's like,
You're like,
okay,
well,
now I
finally
can
they
do
have a
this.
store
Yeah.
where and the government says it's
Right,
okay.
right.
Now I can try it.
It's funny because the prohibition of cannabis and the prohibition of alcohol. Well, the people said, not the alcohol. And they went around and around and around. And then the government's like, well, let's just tax the shit out of it and make some money.
Yeah.
Why it took 100 years to get cannabis there, I don't know. But now they're killing it. It makes a lot of money and it helps people. Alcohol, does it help people? Maybe. But this, you got cancer, you got seizures, and this is for real, in my opinion. This is for real medicine. Yeah. This is a fun thing. Right. 2 different things. Right. You can use this as fun. But this is could be medicine,
I think it was we can grow our own weed if we want to.
Absolutely.
So it's a lot easier. It's more obtainable to get, whereas your alcohol, you can make your own tequila, but the likelihood of me doing that's pretty unlikely.
And
so
being drinkable.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So
moonshine. Yeah. That's pretty much.
Some people still make moonshine, right? Just like some people. Oh, yeah. Like I got friends that grow and it's just some of the best stuff, but it's small amounts and it's very expensive for them to produce that because of chemicals and the lighting. And I've been doing the math for a while and I tried every which way. And now I know that's not for me.
Right.
I'm a consumer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I bought a fucking, like an eighth of fucking cannabis the other day for like $40.
Yeah, bro. That's
like, it's like they're like, hey, we got $75 ounces too on some shit. I'm like, back in the day,
yeah, it was. Now, mind you, you're probably smoking.
It's like 10 a gram was the fucking. It was like the number. Back in the days.
You're probably smoking somebody's front yard, and maybe a little Clorox back in the day.
Right.
So it is a little pure right now, but
it was 10 times as expensive back in the day too.
I know, and it was crappy. You were just lucky to get it. Now everybody's kind of sewer.
This shit glows.
I need this special strain that does this.
Glows in the dark.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
And it's like fucking. You can get a whole blunt pre-rolled for $10.
So what did you think the last time when I
didn't
talked
like
to you?
that
And
one.
you were,
I didn't
you
like
didn't?
that one. No.
Yeah.
What, you smoked a blunt? Is that what
no,
you said?
I went and got a pre-roll.
Oh, I got you.
And I did. It was a hybrid. And the night before, I smoked an indica. Blue Note cookies is what it was called.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, I like this. Like, I never liked weed before. I must like it now.
Right.
So then I went and I got this. And I think that I don't like the sativa part.
You deviated.
I got you.
I think I like the indica part. I like the body high, the fucking relaxing. Not the head rush fucking, heavy head shit. So I think that sativas, I could be wrong.
Well, it's similar to alcohol, right? Like we're drinking tequila. Tequila affects people different ways, right? And if you're a beer drinker and you drink tequila, even though it's alcohol, you could have 2 different experiences.
Right.
Same way with cannabis, same way with the edibles. Holy shit. I'm not going to talk about details, but I've recently had friends who took too much edibles, and you can have an experience that is not pleasant.
I don't want to do that.
And so it's like, you got to be careful. It's just like anything else. If you didn't know how much to drink and you're a kid and you drink too much, it's going to be painful.
Right.
But with cannabis, like, you can't stop it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, once it's in you, oh man, you go on
the
on
drink,
a ride.
You can always go make yourself throw up.
Exactly.
Do a little water.
Cannabis,
a little coffee, maybe eat a sandwich. Yeah.
I just don't. Again, whenever I do it, it's right before I go to bed. Just a
relaxing
glass of wine. You know what I mean?
Alternative, sure.
But again, the amount of people that I know that can be absolutely fucking stoned out of their brain and have a conversation with you, where they're still cognitive. It's just like, how fucked up are you? Your tolerance is that goddamn high.
I know,
you can have
right?
this conversation with me. Yeah.
Well, that's why I like these little guys like this. So when you were pulling, I just had a little, just because I'm just going into a thing I don't know. Just the tip. Just like a little sip of tequila. Oh man, it takes the edge off.
He likes this little guy.
So my wife just made some, cones for me. I didn't know if we were doing that today.
This woman.
Oh man, she's a sweetheart.
She's a lady.
But like,
she's
look,
like
you got the $100 bill. You got the
she's cars. And...
Without her, I
rolled these.
She made those for me. Yeah. And like the shake from the pound is all the crystals and all that. I spoil myself. I'm spoiled.
That's all right.
But not to be like harping on the cannabis or whatever, because I like to drink too. And again, your group, in my opinion, is so entertaining with the way they have fun with the drinking. It's every time I go on there, it's something else.
Yeah,
and it's wonderful.
And we got a ton of sober members too.
And
we are
hugely and you got a ton of people that don't drink, but they smoke pot.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Just people fucking chilling.
Yeah,
hanging out.
Having fun together.
I set that rule early in the beginning that we are huge on sobriety and NA and all that shit as well. So like I said on the couple episodes ago, let's drink beer does not mean like let's get fucked up and get drunk.
Right.
It means like, hey man, let's go have a beer sometime.
Yeah,
it's community. It's
friendship.
It's the hang.
It's hey dude, you want to go?
You break bread together.
Want to go?
That's how you get.
Let's go get lunch.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And
in the beginning we encouraged just do a beer chug.
Right.
It's kind of like to get you out of your shell.
For sure.
Like to do a video, and it could have been an NA beer. It could have been fucking water. We have water chugs on it. It's just basically to get people to just like kind of
participate.
Yeah.
It's
And,
fun, and we need more fun. I'm just saying, like, I'm a fun guy. I'm committed to fun.
You are
whatever I
fucking
do,
fun.
whatever
This
I
is a-
go,
this
like
is
I
a-
gotta.
Especially online, man.
Speaking of
Everybody
fun
is
guy,
so fucking
Fun guy.
Where's that fun guy?
Where's the
at?
fun guy?
Oh yeah.
I got the.
That's
Yeah.
the Tennessee
What are
Huckleberry,
you
some
talking
shit.
about?
I
I have
don't know.
no idea what
what
you're
are you
talking
talking
about.
about?
But yeah, I'm gonna.
Where
all
is
right.
it?
Well, we're gonna wrap her up. But anything? All right. So April 27th.
All right, April 27th is the car show during the
6
day,
o'clock,
and then
Ronnie's.
but during the day we do the car show at the Holiday Inn. It's gonna be a huge car show. It's gonna be so much fun. Like we have fun at our car show.
Right.
It ain't a boring car show. We're having fun. And so Fairway Automotive, they're doing their anniversary for their shop, and we're doing the car show kind of together over at the Holiday Inn at Lindbergh and Watson. So that's during the day, and then at night from 6 to 9, just come up on Lindbergh Boulevard between Ronnie's and 270 or 255. 3-mile stretch, you'll see everybody out there. It's gonna be a good time.
If somebody wants an Airbnb or cave, how do they
So,
do that? What
I'm
do
not
they
live
look
yet,
up?
but
Oh, you're
Caveland,
not?
well,
Okay.
cavelandusa.com will take you to the Facebook page.
Right.
The problem is my Airbnb listing, there's a lot of pieces that go into that.
Yeah.
And the pricing, I use software. I have 2 different management companies. It's, like I'm already in that business. I have several
Right.
units. So now this is Infest, this is a cave. I got cave riders on my contracts. You know what I mean?
You got to, yeah.
So needless to say, in the next 30 days, I should be ready to go.
Nice.
So I was hoping for this month, but definitely by the end of
But
March
they
here.
can go to the Caveland Project
on
Facebook page.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Caveland Project, and then Cruisin Lindbergh.
Yeah,
So
Cruisin
join
Lindbergh.
join those groups, obviously. And then I want to give a shout out. You mentioned John Morgan earlier. He is
Johnny.
premium cabinets. I know I'm going to give him a plug again because they do take care of this podcast.
And they're good people doing
yeah,
good business.
yes.
It's not like they just support you. They're good business. I know that.
Yeah. And so if anybody listening needs anything done, kitchen wise, cabinet wise, any remodeling,
Show you my cabinets. This will turn you
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That gets me excited.
For real,
Does
though.
that, yeah.
Premium Cabinets St. Louis, 314-499-8800. That's Premium Cabinets. They're beer fam. They're great people. They're going to hook you up. So wanted to throw that out there.
Well, and if you're an investor like me, like they work on the investor side, which a lot of these vendors don't. Like they work with retail, they work with builders and stuff. But these guys work with investors, and I love them, and they're fellow investors, and they're just good people.
Yes,
They always
absolutely.
support my group, and I know they support what
do.
you're doing, and so
Yeah.
I like to support them. So thanks for giving them that shout out.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Premium
Facebook
Cabinets.
page, Cruisin Lindbergh.
Yeah, so Cruisin Lindbergh, no G, right? Cruisin Lindbergh,
Mm-hmm.
and then Caveland. It's called Caveland Project on Facebook, so because it's still a project.
Yeah.
But then like for me to plug other things, it's like I'm not here to plug anything.
No,
I just want to say I appreciate.
but I'm saying,
well, we're
yeah,
having
dude,
a great
no,
conversation.
yeah.
Like I had fun. I mean, before we even started recording, we're already having a good time.
Right,
That's
So-
why I was like, hey, stop. We got to record this. Come on.
yeah, and I just
We're
want you to keep it going, like having a guy like me on here, like we know each other, we don't really know each other, but I'm a guy that loves what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I love what you guys are doing here, and the good that the community, the power of the group, the power of multiple people, and if you steer that ship the right way, you really can make a difference. So thank you for
thank
making
you.
an impact.
Well, thanks,
All
brother.
over St.
I'm
Louis.
just
And
here
even
for
though
the
you're
free
out here in the
coffee.
country, I pull up, I'm like, bro, there's a red barn and a cornfield across the street. Because I live,
Right.
South County, it's only 45 minutes, but it's the
Yeah.
other side of the planet when you're from St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work
Yeah.
on the Cruisin Moscow Mills.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got your own
site.
little
Yeah,
beat
that'll
going.
be
Start our
mine.
own little
yeah.
fucking-
Hell yeah.
No, but I tell you, even if you're
Get
not
that
a car
83 Buick
person,
out.
come up in the Corolla and just see what the scene is like.
Yeah.
There's a vibe on the street, and everybody's smiling, and beautiful cars, trucks, and motorcycles. So like you'll see the rat rods and the crazy modifications and the old classic that's just grandpa used to have that car or whatever. Like all that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Facebook don't do it no justice.
No.
It's like being there, feeling it, smelling it, hearing
And it's
it.
nice and warm out around April 27th.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh.
You ever seen a
Fingers crossed for-
2023 Lincoln Aviator on an April night?
Yeah.
Kind
Doing
of.
this? Yeah, come on now.
Stereo
That's
turned
fucking
up,
living right
ladies
there,
hanging
bitch.
out the window.
That's
What's
fucking
up?
living right there.
You got to
kid.
have Crystal McNamee out.
Crystal McNamee. You fucking whore. I'm just like, so how was dinner?
Yeah. They talking to you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
you really took those fries down.
Jason Lecavoli.
Lecavoli. There you go.
And,
I like it.
My co-host Tim Trifoletti.
My new buddy.
That's
Hey.
it for us here.
Hey.
As always, give us
Pleasure.
a follow
Thanks for
on
having me, fellas.
join the End is Near / Drink Beer Facebook group. Catch us on Spotify. Catch us on YouTube at Beer Fam Podcast. Is our link on there, and then Apple, all that shit. I don't even know what the fuck, Spotify,
You know
whatever.
where to find it.
Yeah, just look it up.
Good thing.
The End is Near / Drink Beer. All right, love you. Bye.
Love you, Mom.
Huge thank you to our studio sponsor John Morgan and the entire Premium Cabinets family for helping make this podcast possible. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're following the podcast on all platforms so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Don't forget to join the End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer Facebook group to make sure you stay prepared for the end of days. Till next time.